Hello YouTube, this is ToFuSmurF here with KM Huey and PPK157, who you may or may not even hear during this recording.
Or remember.
Yeah, that. If you hear any miscellaneous sounds in the background, it's pretty much just PPK. We have to explain to PPK that this is World of Tanks. He might remember this game, he might not. What is my...
I used to play this game back in the day when there was no physics.
Yeah. What are tier 10s? Anyway, this is old footage from when I was power grinding the 120 to get a 121 on sale when it was on track. Because I didn't anticipate 2 Chinese on tracks back to back, so I had to do this from 0 to whatever it is to get a 121 in 15 days. So this is kind of rough. This is encounter mode on mines. This replay in and of itself is not exactly stellar, albeit a little amusing. But this is the first time I ever got this medal, so I just wanted to share it.
Gun depression thing.
Yeah. On the tank itself, I know PBK at least has played it, contrary to belief. Has no depression. It's got a fantastic gun. I'm pretty sure PPK can agree that it's basically a big fuck you cannon,
Yeah.
or a big get off me stick. Like it's really one of my favorite guns to ever use.
The gun is pretty much, I don't know, specific to mediums. This is the only gun for Alpha in tier 9.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's just you can get into brawls and you may not have the DPM, but you just output so much damage it doesn't even fucking matter.
Here's my question. How's its ammo rack compared to like the 121?
It's not bad. I didn't see it as a problem.
121 ammo rack was very weak.
It's not that terrible. I really don't think it's almost a non-issue. I don't know how Grant feels about it, but I don't see myself repairing ammo racks too often.
Yeah, the 121 was terrible. I ended up selling the tank because it was so bad, the ammo rack especially, but the 120 is... I have a problem with the ammo rack. It's
Nice shot.
Well, you know.
That was pretty boss.
It's pretty pro. Anyway, because it's encounter mode, this is kind of how encounter mode on mines goes. Everyone just kind of zergs onto cap, and that's that. Unknown kind of jumped off hill early and derped in. Yeah, aiming is overrated, by the way. So, this is, yeah, Jeremy's supposed to be covering me. It's working out alright.
Yeah, fuck Jeremy.
I believe the last thing Jeremy said about you is he would probably punch you in real life because of your gold spending on this game. Anyway, by the way, fair warning to anyone watching this video for educational purposes, not happening. I am way out of it, and we're all kind of catching up because we haven't really talked. So, if anything, this video is more for comedic purposes. I don't know where that went.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, ghost cells are like real. I don't care what gaming says.
Maybe
like,
you should start like a TV show and go investigate with your friends.
That video I posted just the other day, there was a couple shots on my Nashorn against the KB1S that were like full reticle and nothing, no crit hits. Just the shots disappeared. So.
You know, I almost feel like it's a false reticle when in those first couple seconds with these kind of guns when you're zooming. I feel like it's still way zoomed out, but you just get this feeling that it's not. I don't know.
Well, I know a lot of people like to run the server reticles because that shows you actually what it is. But most of the time, if you have a decent internet connection, your reticle's close enough. So.
Thank you, unknown. Love you too. So for anyone keeping count, that was my 4th kill of a person that's sitting on cap, which does give you the Langolades, or whatever the hell it's pronounced, medal. It is my first one, and Grant is masturbating in the background. So...
And you and Jeremy.
Yeah, and yeah, this is happening. I just wanted to park my tank in the cubby, but dickhole over here just... No.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you retain a dynasty for a long time, dude.
Yeah. Nasty. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I said something about this tank sometime in this video, right?
Good gun.
Okay, yeah, that's honestly, when it comes down to it, that's all you really need to know about this tank.
We figured out it had a better ammo rack than the 121, so there you go.
Oh yeah, there's that. Yeah, yeah. Basically, you find out that this thing has really fucking high alpha. The reload's not bad. I believe it was 10 seconds for me, 10.19. So it doesn't even reload particularly slow. So, I mean, I think it's a fantastic medium, and we'll find out more about it in a bit, because this is kind of going to be long. See you in the next one! Here we are on Lakeville, and not any more coherent.
Hey.
FYI for anybody, I haven't watched most of these replays in a while, so I'm kind of just winging it off of memory. Bad memory. Yeah, I don't know what Huey and PBK have been doing all this time, but
I've been playing Diablo 3.
Yeah, that's a thing. And PBK's been playing Dota.
I think we could just stop the recording at Diablo 3. That'd be great.
White.
Yeah, it would be kind of funny if the video did cut off at what the hell?
Nice driving.
Asians.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm pretty sure what ends up happening here is Unknown lights a lot of shit. Either that or we light the shit for him in town and he just puts side shots in it. But again, this is me and Jeremy platooned up on the city with Unknown on the 4 line with 2 Wheezies, and Grant would know when we do 3 Wheezies. I think we did maybe once. You can do like an easy almost 1500 damage with 3 focus firing 1 target, depending on what you get for your rolls.
Fuck that car though.
Hey, in the next patch, are your AP shells gonna go through cars?
If it's destructible, AP and APCR will go through.
Okay, so then here's my question: buildings. So can you like AP Artie through a building and then laugh like a madman?
If it's a destructible building, yeah.
Yes.
Now it does lose penetration though. It doesn't. It's not like it just goes through with no penalty.
All right. Well, that's good though. It's a little realistic.
Yeah, granted, I haven't done test server to actually find out how it works and all that, cause I don't got that kind of time to be testing shit.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, I've actually 413's a pretty low roll. 442 is just above average, I think. Right? Yeah, yeah. Where this thing shines is when you start smacking people for 500.
Yeah, average is 440.
I don't remember what it was. I know Grant was like yelling on like Skype once because he got a super high roll in this thing. I forget what the number was though. Do you remember?
Pretty high. This was like 20 years ago. I don't.
He remembers exactly.
I remember the day.
Yeah. Anyway, the tricky part about this position is Jeremy's side scraping off that corner kind of, and kind of how this road, how it meets the church. It's like it's a bump. So I had to be really far back just to have the depression to shoot anything down this road to my right. So that's the biggest problem with this thing. The biggest learning curve for this tank, and I think Grant could agree, is manufacturing depression, how to work the depression on this tank. I think if you can learn that, overcome that easily, or just in time, this just becomes a powerful tank. If not, you know, top 3 tier 9s overall in the game. Not just mediums, just overall. I think it's one of the top 3 tier 9s. Up there with the T54.
Really?
I think so, dude.
I don't know. My list for top 3 would be something like E75, Object 704, E50 probably.
E50?
Yeah, I really like the E50.
Alright, that's almost... I like the E50, but that's almost as bad as Diablo 3 statement, so... we're gonna move on.
Now,
I'll
Osp
probably
was
piss
really
myself
fun,
before
too.
I agree with that list of 3. That's fucking terrible.
You don't think the 4 is easily one of the top 3 tier 9s?
Absolutely not. Are you fucking serious?
The camel meeting that BL10
Oh, man.
Fuck.
Cancer. No.
I think part of the things that come into the factor for the top 3 rating is the ability to affect battles. Not saying that the 704 can't affect battles, but you have to give the upper hand to mediums in most senses because you can have the maneuverability to affect any flank that needs it. Kind of like how, well, like I just finished grinding the T95. If you pick the wrong fucking flank, that's game over. Like, so I think mediums have that upper hand in general. Not saying that the 704 is slow, but compared to a medium. And I think when you look at what's not slow, that's a heavy. I know the E75 got a little bit more agile, not insanely more agile. It's still a great, tier 9, but I mean, it's not as heavily armored as people make it out to be. It's easy to pen. And when its gun can, on average, do a little bit, not a little bit, but for the reload rate and whatnot, only do a little bit better than this tank in terms of the alpha. I'd rather have this medium zooming around, popping people for 440 to 500, reloading in 10 seconds, which I think is faster than the E75, reloading its gun and whatnot. So I just I think that's in there. 54 because it has the DPM. It's probably the best tier 9 overall. And then we can argue about the third one in the next video. But basically, the point of this video was nothing. It was
crucial.
It was crucial in Brothers in Arms.
Top Gun for Unknown.
And Top Gun for Unknown, which I think we did like 3 times. Anyway, we'll talk about what I think is the third best tier 9 in the next video, because this happened. So here we are on Siegfried Line. Unbeknownst to you guys, but knownst to us, we just had an in-depth conversation about life and Huey's midlife crisis.
It was pretty extensive.
There was at least a 10-minute delay between the last recording and this recording because of laughter.
Yes.
But I didn't record it because
my faith in humanity has been shattered.
Yeah, I just didn't record it because it probably would offend people. So
there's some deep topic, man.
Oh yeah, deep, and I mean like. For Huey, it's appropriately like anus deep.
Not deep at all.
So what was the 3 top tier 9s or something?
Oh yeah.
Wait, what?
WZ-120 I think is one of the top
game.
3. T54 is one of the top 3. After that.
E50. Yeah.
No.
Object 704.
I don't know. Hard to say. It's for sure not the. Okay, looking at the tanks in here, it's
you guys
not.
got it all wrong.
It's
the Lorraine. It's the IS-8.
No,
okay.
It is
the
by
T-30.
far not the IS-8. And
can we do old tier 9s like IS-4 when it was tier 9?
If IS-4 at tier 9, I would put up there.
ever?
Yeah, for sure.
I was one of the people who thought that tank was actually pretty shit at tier 9.
Really? I thought
Yeah.
it was an easy win tank.
Sure, but I feel like I couldn't really deploy, like a medium can.
Well, no, yeah, of course, yeah, for sure. It was not exactly deployable.
So no, but for real, what would you guys say for now for best 3 tier 9s? I'd say T54, WZ-120, and I'll throw in like I don't know, T54A1 even. I'll be that gutsy to say that.
I'm okay. If you want my honest opinion, I'm debating between the M103 and the 111, the
Right.
WZ-111.
Okay.
Because the 111 is the speed of the IS-8, has the fuck you cannon of the IS-7, and I think better armor than the IS-8.
I can only go by tanks I've played.
So it's like a heavy that plays like a medium, but with a big high alpha gun.
I still think the E75's up there, dude. Because in the hands of a skilled player, the E75's damn
Sure.
impossible to kill.
But for me, it's more on the 4 or 5 and not the top 3. You know what I'm saying? And I prefer the M103 over the E75 because of the simple fact that the M103 has depression.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think, and again, I will say it again, depression is the best soft stat on a tank. Like it is.
I don't think we would have an argument for the worst tier 9.
Well, we might.
T30.
Oh, I think the Lorraine's a hell of a lot worse than the T30.
I actually do like the T30 a lot because of the hold down and the depression.
It has great depression.
See, the thing is, I played the Lorraine at tier 8, so I can't.
I did too, but I had to finish the grind so recently, and it was painful.
Yeah, I haven't played the tier 9 Lorraine, I only played tier 8. I don't know, T30 just seems like a... You know, no, I'd say T95.
T95 is bad because if you can't be on the right flank, that's pretty much the game. And the fact that in the fact that there are factors out of your control that could lead you to basically not have an effect on a game, that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Not saying that I didn't enjoy the T95. I did enjoy the 95. Like literally the other day I had a battle where a Waffen E100 bounced 2 full clips off my 95. Like that shit is fun.
Now is that the T95 or is that a bad Waffen Trager driver?
I think it was a combination of distance, more so than anything. He was at least 400 meters away.
Oh yeah, that's just hard to pin from there.
So I mean, you know, and then I was wiggling, like, at the same intervals that he was firing. So he was never actually hitting anything besides like track. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. I haven't even played the. I only played the tier 9, the new Waffen at the tier 9. I've only played it once, which I had like 7k damage. But I mean, it's a soft tank, and I don't think you can solo. It's gonna be hard to solo pub it because you need to be dependent. Because you need to be dependent on your team to like.
Yeah, but that's the whole line though. That whole.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, when it comes to that, that's why I don't think if I can lean on it. But it's not the worst tier 9. I don't know. Lorraine might be it.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's fatty and.
The problem with the Lorraine is you can't be as aggressive with it as you used to be able to. Like when it was tier 8, you could sort of play it as a mini back chat, but now it's just so sluggish. And it's just.
That's what I remember about that tank was that it felt, you know, as tall as like a KV1, but it was so fast. I think isn't that what they nerfed? Is just the speed and all that.
They lowered its turn traverse too. I think it doesn't turn as well anymore, and that's the biggest thing for me. You can't get really in a brawl with it anymore. So what I ended up doing with it is just putting binocs on it and using it as a sniper, and that worked out better. But
I never liked the Lorraine because of the simple fact that it's basically a 5100.
Yeah, with a longer reload too.
Yeah, with a longer reload.
Yeah, I wish they would have given it something unique. It just kind of felt like just something they splinted in there at tier 8, you know, to get to the bad chat, like a big fuck gap to the line. Yeah.
I did enjoy the idea. I think it was Garbad's idea that they should make the Lorraine just a tier 8 premium. Maybe with a smaller gun. Like in terms of alpha, and then putting in a tier 9 light, the only tier 9 light, and it would be appropriate for the French line because French is a fast, nimble lineup, and you would just make it a tier 9 light tank, and that's that. I mean, I thought that was a pretty good idea.
Yeah, it is actually, because my biggest complaint with it is you go from the 12T, the 1375, and the 1390 to this tank that doesn't turn worth crap at all.
And the other dynamic, though, is that now you would have a tier 8 premium. It would also be your first tier premium autoloader.
Yeah.
So, mix it up. In the meantime, I did 5,000 damage, so that happened.
Meanwhile, we weren't paying attention.
Again, I apologize, guys, but moving on. Here we are in our final replay on Himmelsdorf. I think I should probably talk about the tank now, considering I'm on a map that I don't need depression on, generally speaking. So yeah.
One direction you're going.
Well, I mean, we pretty much highlighted its advantages.
Yeah.
The big gun, it's actually really, I forgot to mention, it's a pretty nimble medium for the kind of alpha it puts out. I mean, it's pretty fantastic, and I think, I don't know what its actual camo value is, but I don't think it's terrible. I think it's, you know, it doesn't look like it would be terrible.
It looks like a T-54 remake, so...
Yeah, so it should be hovering around there, roughly.
Right. Or maybe even a T-54, T-44, one of the two.
Yeah. Another fun thing about this thing is that even if you're outnumbered in a brawl, if say you got a platoon mate or whatever, and you know you're gonna die, you could put out so much damage that it helps. Like, literally, when I got the Top Gun, you can go in 2-minute battles, 3-minute battles where you die, but have done over 2k damage easily, maybe even almost 3k damage, just because you're putting out so much damage.
So this is like the perfect tank for Smig then.
Yeah, actually. Well, no, you saw how he rages about no depression. Remember the SU-101? We actually we actually went and made a freaking thread about it.
No, that thread was about the ammo.
Doesn't matter. we only focused on the tank because he was so angry about it. Oh yeah, and speaking of depression, thanks Jeremy. Like, speaking of manufacturing depression, here's the awkward part. Again, it's also got pretty decent armor. I mean, not when you do what I just did, but.
Yeah, I'd say this is pretty good example gameplay of how to just deal with this depression disadvantage you have. It's not that hard to find ways to get around it. You know, you just have to
you just have to
find out who's up there.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, you just gotta find a way to place yourself on their level. It's not that hard to do.
Yeah, and then knowing your maps helps too. I mean, I think if you know your maps how the topography changes in terms of elevations and what little bumps in every map, definitely increases your chances on being able to competently play this tank. I mean, we're 2.5 minutes in, and I'm at 2288 damage. I mean, not many tanks can do that in this short a time. And a lot of those were, kill shots too. So this easily could be 2500 and higher. I am sitting on 5 kills, however. I did, on Watt Replay, save this replay titled How to Kill Steel Like a Boss, because me and my brother, the way our reloads were synced, it was basically me getting the second shot every time. It just kind of was how it worked out, so...
Well, plus that ammo rack for 906 versus the T69 didn't exactly hurt.
Well, that probably just balanced out all the kill shots, if you think about it. And here we are just rolling. I mean, this is pretty much it. Again, you don't even have to aim in, because I don't think the pen's not even terrible. What'd you say it was, 279 or whatever? What's up? 249, whatever. It's pretty decent pen. I mean, I don't, I've never thrown gold out of this tank. Here's the Lolzy moment, by the way.
I got this, guys.
Yeah, see, I don't have to aim, and I've been having trouble against STs too.
Like, a lot of people have. They got some crazy space armor, usually from the sides.
So that's 8 kills, 3884 damage. Radley Walters, I guess, is a way to end the video. I mean, sorry we bullshitted most of this time.
But apologize. You sound weak.
But I figured you guys missed us, and we're basically like this on a daily basis. So
unfortunately.
Yeah. No, you love it, bro.
When my mind isn't getting blown and my whole world just shattering in front of my eyes.
Basically, verdict: if you can, get a fucking 120 and play it.
If you can
and watch
the first 6 tiers of the Chinese.
Whatever. No, we're not even talking about that. The 132 was pretty fun. The 131 was pretty fun. The 5916 was pretty fun. Me and Grant did the stupid M5A1 together for one whole morning. 34 is on no sleep,
dude.
Okay. But if you can get to the 120, you should definitely get it. I did not play it with the not best gun. So if you have any free XP lying around, do that, or pull a PPK and buy gold and do shenanigans.
Oh yeah, I totally freed the 121 in like 30 seconds. It was nice.
Yeah, if you guys were watching my stream that night, there was a lot of yelling from one person to another about that spending spree, especially considering.
Yeah, I heard Jeremy likes the free tanks too.
he likes free tanks. That's what we're getting at.
Yes, free as in no money out of his wallet.
But yeah, I can guarantee you guys, if you guys can get this tank, you pretty much could watch your fucking average damage skyrocket. Just trust me on this one. Just play it. If you want to run a platoon, you could do that. If you don't even need it, it helps for the win rate. But I mean, just get your damage, get your kills, get your wins when you can, kind of thing. I think this is a fantastic tank. I think I've come to the conclusion, probably number 2 best tier 9 in the game, behind the 54. So, and whereas I think Grant prefers it over the 54. So there's that, and then Huey prefers the E50 over everything. So, alrighty. Alright, so now I will go record a German TD video. So take care.